Hey y'all, y'all. Hey y'all, I'm back again. I'm back again. This is part two to Until Dawn. My review to that movie, Until Dawn, y'all. And I did not know that this movie was actually based off a game. Um, until when you have a nerdy husband or slightly nerdy husband. That's how I found out. That's how you found out. But that's how I found out. Cause my husband kind of a nerd, but I like it though. I like it. So yeah, he told me it's actually based off of a PlayStation 2 game. So yeah, now I want to play the game. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think it's remastered though. So you know what I'm saying? So probably won't look so old or whatever. But I want to play the game now because the movie was actually good, y'all. So I think I wanna play the game. But yeah, this is a horror movie called Until Dawn, and oh yeah, before I go on, just letting y'all know, if y'all don't see part one to some of my videos, it's because it's in the shorts, because it wasn't long enough to be in the video, so it's in my shorts. I believe like this one and like Sinners, the first part is in my shorts because it wasn't long enough. So for now on, if you don't see it, if you don't see it in my videos, it's in my shorts because you know, it wasn't long enough, of course. Um, yeah. That movie was crazy, but it was good. And I'm gonna do something a little different today. So I'm gonna give y'all the rating first, what I give it. Then I'm gonna give it my message, and then I'm gonna give my concerning points and good points. Uh, yeah. So first of all, I haven't seen a good horror movie in a long time, y'all. I haven't seen a good horror movie in a long time, and it's crazy because it's like I believe like maybe after like 2010, like after all the remember the screams and all, like Saw, the first three Saws, maybe remember Saw when they was torturing and stuff, and then like maybe after like the first three Final Destination and all that, then stuff, movies started getting corny, kind of corny, and it's like they start getting lazy on like the horror movies and stuff like that. And like, remember the old Jason, Michael Myers, and all that stuff too? Like, they just started getting real lazy on the horror movies. Like, they be leaving stuff out, or you don't know how it got to this point, and like, how did it get here? And I don't get it. Like, some of the horror movies, they just start getting lazy on the horror movies. You know what I'm saying? They not putting as much work in it like they should. You know what I'm saying? So it is this guy start getting kind of corny. Matter of fact, remember like The Village? Oh, that was the worst. I'm sorry. That was like the worst one. But like, you know what I'm saying? But for me not to see a horror movie in a long time, this one I can say like it was really refreshing to see a really good horror movie. After so long of not seeing not too many good horror movies. You know what I'm saying? This was really a good one, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead. Well, first of all, okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a brief description. Basically, the girl Melanie or Melanie, I think so. She left home because she didn't like her life at home. I guess she didn't feel like she fit in or whatever. So she either went on vacation. She either left for good or she left to go on vacation and see what life had in store for her or whatever. She left home and she went to like this Airbnb in this strange town and went missing. So now her sister Chloe and her friends went to go look for her. So they go to this strange town, and basically these monsters try to kill them. Baseline story. Okay, so what happened in this town in the past? There was a mining disaster, and the whole town, they dug a hole too deep in the earth, and the whole town basically went under the earth. Yeah, the whole town collapsed under this big hole because they dug too deep. And basically, the survivors that was in the town, they end up turning into monsters because basically this guy, the guy that was in the store when they went to go ask who have the girl Clover had went to go ask the guy, have you seen this my sister Milani? And he was like, no, no, but usually they go to that town and go to that house or whatever they what they was going to. So he was basically he was a main character actually, and he was like the specialist. He was like a trauma specialist. So he basically tortured these people until they turned into monsters. Starved them to death, everything. Trapped them, starved them to death. And basically these people turned into monsters. And anybody that visited their house, these monsters will try to kill them. And it was okay, so basically a timer would be set every night, every day. A timer would be set, and in order to get out of this town, you have to survive the night, 24 hours, until the timer runs out. So the timer is set every night, and when you have to survive until the timer runs out. And if you don't, you will die. Of course, the monsters will kill you, will die, and you will come back to life, and you die again. If you don't survive, you die again. You die over and over again, but you keep coming back to life. But if you die too many times or you stay in the town too long, if you don't survive after a while, you become one of the monsters too. So like you start growing, like your face will start like so basically when they came there, they died a couple of times, and after a while your face will start coming, either your face will start turning into like the monsters, or like one of them, the spikes start coming out his back, and you know what I'm saying, your skin will start changing and stuff if you die too many times, and you know you haven't escaped. After a while you become one of the monsters. And unfortunately that's what happened to Melanie. When they went to go look for her, she became one of the monsters. And when they, when she tried to find her, she became one of the monsters. The girl Melanie, the sister that left first, whatever. So that was that. So my rating for this movie, to be honest, and I have not given nothing. Okay, well, I'm going to give you my rating first. So my rating is a perfect 10 in this movie. And I have not given none of my reviews a 10. This is the first 10 I ever gave on my review. Any of my reviews, whether it's food, movies, whatever else I might do after this, this is my first 10. I give this movie a perfect 10. And because everything in this movie was good. Like the scary parts, all the parts, the story and everything was good. Like they gave the story, the scary parts, everything was scary in the right spots, in the right places. It won't like, okay, why did that happen? And saying what, So a perfect 10. My message to this movie, and I'm gonna say this with the utmost respect. I'm being respectful as I can. So don't I hope you don't come at me no kind of way. But I'm talking about my Caucasian friends and Asian friends. I understand that the justice system sometimes they messed up. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, like, if my son was going missing, I feel like the justice system, police is not doing their job. Yeah, I'll probably go find my son myself, of course. But if you're going to do something like this, you're going to go on your own manhunting trip or whatever, have some kind of protection. And I ain't saying all of my Asian and white friends. I ain't gonna say all. Some or most. if you're gonna do something like this and go out there in a strange town, strange place, if you got to basically if you got a GPS it somewhere out somewhere like out there in the woods or something, even some city places that look sketchy at all, just a little bit of sketch. Just it gotta be it could be for me it gotta be even if it's just a little sketchy. Take protection. Whether it's a gun, taser, mace, pepper spray, I don't care what it is. A bat, a knife, a hunting knife, something. I mean, I ain't talking about like a little knife. I'm talking about like a nice hunting knife or something. Take it with you. Don't go out there bare with just a phone and a flashlight. What is no. And another thing, I'm gonna add this too. Even though it wasn't in a movie, if you're gonna go on a trip like that, have gas in your car, fill your tank up, and don't be going to sketchy gas stations either. Go to like a you know a well known where it's mostly public a gas station mostly public. Don't be going to no rinky gas stations. Fill up before you leave. Make sure your car is in pretty good shape. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, stop splitting up to go look at stuff, to go check something out. It's strength in numbers, not separation. And not only saying this to most of my most, I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna say most. I ain't gonna say all. I ain't gonna say all, or I'm gonna say some or most of my Caucasian and Asian friends. No, that all there's a note. Take protection. Don't be splitting up and put gas in your car and make sure your car or whatever transportation you got is in good shape. Stop going out there half prepared, half doing it. Cause you don't know the town, you don't know the people, you don't know what's in there, what's out there. Anything can be out there. Aliens can be out there. I don't know, but have something. You know, maybe you can survive a little bit. At least you can have enough, at least the minimum amount of protection to survive. Maybe you might just survive. Even if you don't, you can put up a good fight at least. You know what I'm saying? But that's my message. And then the good part, the concerning part was the specialist, the actual guy that was doing the experiments. He was like, the girl asked him why he was doing this, why he was torturing people and doing this. He talking about something because trauma, what he say? Because he studied it. That's what he studied. And trauma and, what he say? Trauma and fear makes horror. Like he basically was enjoying it. Basically just want to see what happened, curious. And it basically for his enjoyment, I believe. It was for his enjoyment just to see what happened. Just to see people, for his, basically to me it was for his enjoyment. Cause when he said, "Oh, it's for the horror," it makes horror. Like he was enjoying it. Basically, he just want to see people being tortured for his pleasure and enjoyment, and that was the only part that like that's crazy. But he never really gave a real reason. But that's all he said for horror, like he watching a horror movie or something. You know what I'm saying? That was messed up. That was the only concerning part. That was messed up. He just did it for fun, basically. To me, yeah, or yeah, that's what it was. He was doing it for fun, basically. And that was the only concerning part. And the good parts was everything. The whole movie was good. You know what I'm saying? The scary parts was in the right place. The story was good. You know what I'm saying? How they survived, how they figured out every time I like the part that every time they died and they came back, they devised a plan. They figured it out, like, how to, they started coming up with a plan and how to get out of it. And then too, every time they came back, they didn't die the same way every time. It was always a different scenario and how they died. It was always different. I like that part. I like that element. I like that that part is in the movie. Every time they came back, they didn't die the same way. It was always something different. You know what I'm saying? So I like that part. I really like that. And they survived at the end. They actually got out of it. That was really good. They survived. Unfortunately for Melanie, she didn't. She became a monster, you know, the one they was looking for. But hey, the thing is that they survived. So she wanted to go out there on her own. I wouldn't have did that. But I like the fact that they survived at the end. And that was a good movie, so I give it a perfect 10. Besides the guy wanted to torture them for God knows what. But other than that, that won't even really, a bad part or whatever. But I give this movie a perfect 10, y'all. And now I'm going to play the game too, eventually. All right, y'all. I give it a 10, y'all. All right. Bye-bye.